All right, quick hit so nobody has to sit through a TED Talk to get the card. We're on the Denver Broncos -3.5 at even money, the Baltimore Ravens -2.5 at -120, and the New York Knicks -7.5 at -110. And yes, we're saying that after yesterday's little adventure where we went 0 wins, 2 losses, and 1 push for -2.15 units, Madrid gave us the whole movie but refused to film the post-credit scene, so 2-0 meant push when we needed the third. Loveland's tight end buffet shut down early, 3 catches for 30, and Tulane's shortened the game plan got launched into low orbit. Good reads, bad finishes. Today, we're picking spots where the math has less haunted house energy. First up, Jacksonville at Denver, and we're laying the Denver Broncos -3.5. This is the kind of matchup where the spreadsheet starts cackling. Denver's pass rush is on a historic pace with 58 sacks through 14 games and a sack rate north of 10%. That's not pressure, that's a subscription service. Meanwhile, Jacksonville's pass protection has been living in the high 20s in sack rate allowed and pass block win rate, which is a fancy way of saying Trevor Lawrence is about to need a helmet with a rearview mirror. And pressure is the whole game here. Lawrence can absolutely cook when he's clean, but when the pocket collapses, his efficiency drops and the hero ball throws start showing up. Add in that Jacksonville's season profile is riding some turnover luck with a +10 differential, and that's the kind of thing that looks stable right up until it isn't. Against a defense that doesn't need to blitz to get home, those high-variance plays tend to swing the wrong way. We're not asking Denver to win pretty. We're asking them to win the trench math. Now sprinkle in Mile High. The weather might be friendly, but the altitude still turns late-game stamina into a group project nobody wants. A Florida team playing at 5,000-plus feet is basically doing cardio with a weighted vest. That matters most in the fourth quarter, when the pass rush stays fresh and the visiting defense starts tackling like it's trying to hug people through a moving walkway. Denver's offense doesn't have to be a fireworks show either. Bo Nix has been playing efficient, low-sack football, and that matters because it keeps Denver ahead of the chains while Jacksonville is trying to survive third and long. Our script is Denver controls chaos, creates negative plays, and wins by about a touchdown. We'll take Denver -3.5. Next, New England at Baltimore, and we're riding the Ravens -2.5 at -120. On paper, this is where people blink. Patriots with the shiny record, perfect on the road, and Baltimore hovering around 500? The market isn't broken, it's just reading what's happening right now, not what happened in October. The Patriots' defense has a very specific problem. When linebacker Robert Spillane isn't right, their run defense goes from brick wall to automatic doors. The splits are nasty. With Spillane early in the season, New England was sitting around -0.14 EPA per rush and holding run success rates in the high 30s. Without him or with him limited lately, that's flipped to +0.07 EPA per rush, a run success rate over 52%, yards per carry jumping from 3.6 to 4.8, and explosive runs basically doubling. That isn't a small leak, that's a cracked dam. And unfortunately for them, Baltimore's entire personality is run the ball until somebody quits. Enter Derrick Henry, the annual December horror film. He's averaging about 4.8 yards per carry, and Baltimore has been leaning into the 20 carries and good luck approach lately. This is also where the red zone shows up like an unpaid bill. The Patriots have been allowing touchdowns on about 75% of red zone trips, dead last territory. That's how favorites cover. Field goals keep dogs alive. Touchdowns turn a close game into a why did we ever doubt this game? And offensively for New England, there's another stress test. Drake May's been awesome, but Buffalo showed a blueprint when they tightened coverage and leaned into man underlooks. His second-half EPA per dropback went face-first into the negative. Baltimore plays man coverage at a top 10 rate, and that means the windows get smaller and the decisions get faster. If the Ravens can force New England into obvious passing downs while Henry is chewing clock on the other side, we get the perfect cover recipe. Baltimore controls tempo, wins the red zone, and makes the rookie quarterback live in third and uncomfortable. We'll lay the 2.5 with Baltimore. Last one, Miami at New York, and we're taking the Knicks -7.5 at -110. This one is less mystery novel and more schedule math with a sledgehammer. Miami's walking into a third game in 4 nights on the road into Madison Square Garden and doing it with a roster that's basically being held together by athletic tape and motivational quotes. Fatigue in the NBA doesn't show up as they stop trying. It shows up as transition defense, missed box outs, and jumpers that hit front rim like they've been personally offended. And without Tyler Herro, Miami's half-court offense loses its engine. The numbers scream it. Herro's scoring and shot creation are the difference between we can get a bucket and we can get a bucket if the basketball gods are feeling generous. With him out, you're asking Norman Powell to be the entire menu. And while Powell can score, New York can load up on him with long, physical wing defenders. If Miami is also juggling questionable bodies like Davian Mitchell and Andrew Wiggins, that's even more minutes pushed onto a rookie lead guard in the loudest building in America. That's not development. That's a hostage situation. Meanwhile, the Knicks at home have been a spread covering machine, 13-2 against the spread at the Garden. That's not luck, that's profile. They rebound like they're being paid per board, they're efficient on offense, and they can win either style, slow grind, or track meet. If Miami wants to run, tired legs plus sloppy turnovers equals Knicks points. If New York slows it down, Miami's half-court shot quality gets ugly without Harrow's creation. We're betting that by the middle of the fourth, the Heat are bending over to pick up another offensive rebound they just allowed, and the Garden crowd is acting like it personally grabbed the board. Knicks minus 7.5. So that's the card. Broncos minus 3.5, Ravens minus 2.5, Knicks minus 7.5. We're not chasing yesterday. We're attacking today's edges. Same process, tighter outcomes. And if we're wrong, at least we'll be wrong with numbers, not vibes and a crystal. Let's cash.